about getting a low score on 1 or 2 homework assignments, and I said, no, it won't hurt you if you just get a low score on 1 or 2 assignments. It won't hurt your grade, basically. Of course, if you get a low score on many assignments, it will. But we have many assignments. We have you'll probably have at least 30 assignments. If you just get 2 that aren't good, not going to really hurt your grade, first of all. Somebody also asked me about the final exam. We don't have a midterm exam, but they asked me about the final exam. And I reminded them that the final exam counts 50% of your grade, which is that's the most they'll allow me to give you, to count it. So it's a big amount of your grade. So that will hurt you a lot. So, the reason I do that is because it's too easy for you guys to have somebody, maybe you don't do your homework, somebody else does it for you. So I don't, I can't rely on just your homework for your grade. So what I rely on is that you can do it in the final exam. And the final exam is done on paper in class, so you have to be able to answer the questions. That's why you should be doing the homework now, so that you're not like at the end, the last 3 days trying to learn all of this. That would not be something I would want to do. Try and learn all of this in the last 3 days. I would go crazy if I had to do that. And I wouldn't be able to do it. But, so that's why you should do the homework, and make sure you understand it. And also, one more point, and that is, so they asked me how I make the final exam. Where do the questions come from? And that's really easy. I just go back to your homework. I can browse through all the homework problems that I've given you. I just copy a few of them onto Microsoft Word, and then I print it. And that's your final exam. So what I mean by that is, if you do these homework problems and you understand them, then you're just going to get those same problems back on the final exam. So you should be able to do them on the final exam as well. Okay? So that's another reason why you should do the homework. Okay? Because those are the exact problems for the final exam. I just copy a few of them, paste them into a Microsoft Word document, and print it. And say, here's your final exam. Okay? So, yes? Probably we want multiple choice, yes. Did I send you an email saying you're going to have an exam on the 21st? In Blackboard I sent it? In the announcements? I sent you an announcement? Oh, okay. Okay, then sorry about that. I made a mistake. So I will give you something on the 21st. Okay, so what is your question? What will it be? Yeah. Okay, so I have to give you, because if I said that in Blackboard, I need to do it. So in that case, we will, that's right, I did say that. Yeah. Okay, so I think what we'll do, make it a little bit less pressure, is we will have only from the homework problems from after the break. So now we have some homework problems due, and next week you'll have some more homework problems due, and those will be the questions that I'll ask you on the 21st. Okay, not more than that, just to take the pressure off of you. Okay, so you do need to be able to do the homework for this week and next week, because those will be for this exam on the 21st. Okay, does that make sense? Yes? The final, no, just the exam on the 21st, which is Saturday. It's a makeup class. No, not a final exam, just an exam. And it's we have a makeup class on the 21st, which is a Saturday. I don't know what period. Let's see, is it here? Makeup class. I don't think they posted it yet. What? No, it's not here yet. Anyway, I'm not sure what period, but they will post it. Okay? So it'll be on Saturday. All right? Sorry? Yes, please. Say it again? The old ones, yeah. Yes, right.
So it doesn't count for the 51st exam?
It does. The ones that are due, okay, so it kind of backfired, but I tried to be kind and give you extra time to do it, but now that means they're going to be included on the exam. Okay, so it kind of backfired. My kindness kind of backfired. Now means that you have to learn that. Those are included. So anything that's due on the 15th or later, will be possibly on the exam. Okay? That make sense? Good question. Sorry. That's a good question. Any other questions? Yes?
How much is this exam in New York?
As little as I can imagine. Maybe, I have to check the syllabus, but I hope it's only about 10% of your grade. I have to check the syllabus though. Okay, any other questions? Yes? Yes. Right, that's right. What, multiple choice? Yeah, that's right. Yes. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Okay. Let's go to this. So calculate the average rate of change of the given function over the given interval. Now we didn't talk about this yet. Look at this function. What's the height when x equals 0? Is it positive or negative, the height? Negative. It's what, actually? -3, right? What's the height when x equals 1? 4, so it's come up, right? It's equal to 4. So it went from -3 to +4. How much did it change between 0 and 1? 7, right? From -3 to 4, it increased by 7. Everyone agree? How much, how about, what was it equal to at 2? 5, right? And how much did it increase from 1 to 2? How much? Just 1. How much did it increase from 0 to 1 though? So on the same distance, in other words, 0 to 1 is how far? It's just 1 unit, right? Here it increased how much? 7. But from here to here, from here to here, it only increased how much? 1. And how about from here to here, what happened? It actually decreased, right? You agree? Everyone? That's what that has to do with what they mean by the average rate of change, or the rate of change. So the rate of change is how much it changes. Okay, so again, how much did it change here? 7. How much did it change here? Just 1. And then it changed, decreased by 3, right? Okay, so now it says, calculate the average rate of change of the given function over the given interval. So let me explain. So the average rate of change between 0 and 1 is +7. Because you take the amount that it increased divided by the interval. So what's the interval length? From here to here. 1. And how much did it increase? 7. So you take 7 divided by 1. Okay? That's the average increase between 0 and 1. What was the average increase between 1 and 2? So, how much did it increase? 1. And what was the change in x? 1. So it's 1 over 1. So that's 1. And then this one, the change in x is what? 1. But the change in y is, from 5 to 2 is negative 3. So it's negative 3 divided by 1. So the average rate of change between 2 and 3 is negative 3. Okay, is that clear? Now, but they don't ask us that. They say between 0 and 2, not 0 and 1. We did 0 and 1. But now we want to do 0 and 2. So it went from where to where? From negative 3 to 5. How much of a jump is that? 8. And what was the interval, the x length, over which it made that jump? 2. So how much did it increase again? By 8 divided by 2. So the average rate of change is 4. Okay? What was the average rate of change between 0 and 1? 7, right? Between 0 and 1. What was the average rate of change between 0 and 1? 7. What was the average rate of change between 1 and 2? 1. So I would guess, it doesn't have to be true, but I would guess that the average rate of change, it does have to be true. The average rate of change between 0 and 2 has to be between those two numbers. So it has to be between, what was the first one? 7 and 1. And what was the average rate of change between 0 and 2? 4. Right? Okay, is that clear? Okay, so what's the answer here? 4. How about this one? Calculate the average rate of change of the given function over the given interval. Where appropriate, specify the units. Well, there's no units here, so it's not appropriate. So, okay, now it says between negative 3 and negative 1. So where is that? From here to here. What's the change in x? Between negative 3 and negative 1, the change in x is 2, right? Right? And what's the change in y? Plus 1.3, isn't it? Isn't it plus 1.3? Right? So plus 1.3 over 2. Plus 1.3 over 2, which is what? 0.65, right? So this should be, I believe, 0.65. You could watch this one here. Okay, is this clear? Now this one you have to select this. So let's do one more here. We have 1 minute. Let's do it. Calculate the average rate of change of a given function over the given interval. Where appropriate, specify the units of measurement. So first of all, let's just go from 2 to 6. Forget about the units for the moment. From 2 to 6, we're going from here to here. What's the change in x? 4. And what's the change in y? 0.6. No. It's, what is it? Minus 0.6, right? Minus. So it's minus 0.6 divided by 4, which is what? Minus 0.6 divided by 4 is what? 0.15? Okay, so that's good to me. I don't know what it is, but okay, it's going to be some number. Let's say he's right, 0.15. Now, so we put that in here, and then, what is that? What are the units? Look, T is in months, and R is in dollars, millions of dollars, in fact. So when we talk about the rate of change, we're talking about millions of dollars per month, right? We're talking about millions of dollars per month, right? Right? So, or maybe just dollars per month would be okay. Oh, wait, that's a little bit weird. Dollars per month. Then, actually, we have to change this number. I don't know what they want here. Do they want a number like, what did you say it was? 0.1 something or another? Or do they want you to multiply that times a million? Because they give dollars per month. I would have thought they said millions of dollars per month. Then you would say that number you just said to me. But they're saying dollars per month instead of millions of dollars per month. So you'll have to try it both ways and see what they want, because I'm not sure which they want here. Okay, but you do have a lot of tries, so it should be okay. Okay, do you understand this? How about this one? Okay, one more here. How about this one? Between 2 and 5. So here's 2, and here's 5. How long is that? 2 to 5 is 3, right? In this case it's 3 months, but it's 3, right? And then how much did y change? So here y was b, and 5y was here. So what is this? B is what? Oh, A is 13, B is 28, and C is 43. How do we do that? What's this height? What is it? 38? Is that right? We have somebody who's good with numbers here. Okay, let's suppose he's right, and this is 38. This height is 38. Then what would the answer be? So we're starting at 2, which means we're starting at B, which means we're starting at 28, and he said we're going to 38. So what's the change in y, according to that? From 28 to 38 is obviously 10. And what's the change in x? 2 to 5 is 3. So it would be 10 over 3 if he was right. And what would the units be? This is a company's price, stock price, in dollars. Okay, so that would be dollars per what? Per month, right? Dollars per month. Dollars per month. Okay? Is clear? You have a bunch more of these. Then here, in this one, you don't have the picture. And you don't have that other, whatever they gave us here. You don't have this. So you have to kind of generate it yourself. So for example, here, you're going from, what's the x interval we're talking about? What's the distance in the x direction? 2. And then what do? We put in -1 into here, and then we put 1 into here, and we see how much the difference is, right? So what is it at -1? Actually, it's the same, right? At -1, it's equal to what? 2 plus 4 is 6, right? And how about at 1, what's it equal to? 2 plus 4 is 6 also. So maybe it went like this and then like this, or maybe it went like this and like this. Okay? Probably like this. Okay? So what does that mean? Well, we're not interested in the fact that it went like this and then this. We're just interested in the fact that what was it here and what was it here. So what was it at -1 and what was it at 1? 6 at both places. So what's the change in y? 0. And what's the change in x? 2. So what's the average rate of change between -1 and 1? 0, right? Even though in between it did change, but the average rate of change between those two numbers is 0. Okay? So you've got some homework to do. There's some more to work on. Okay? Thank you for coming, and good luck on the homework. See you next week.